The Imbecile on Climate Change. Roll it!
But he said it again last night that global warming is an existential threat. And I say that the thing that's an existential threat is not global warming, where the ocean will rise, maybe, and it may go down also, but it may rise.
The ocean will rise and maybe it will go down.
Rise 1/8 of an inch in the next 497 years, they say.
This dude's a moron.
1/8, which gives you a little bit more waterfront property if you're lucky enough.
What an unserious sack of shit. So much stupid shit in one session.
About that nuclear doesn't matter so much. What matters is, think of this, global warming. The only global warming that matters to me is nuclear global warming.
What an imbecile.
Because that's the real...
This is a moron. I mean, double-digit IQ.
biggest threat, not global warming. When they say that the seas will rise over the next 400 years, 1/8 of an inch, which means basically have a little more beachfront property, okay?
What an unserious, dumb shit.
Think of it. The seas are going to rise. Who knows? But this is the big threat. I watched Biden the other night. It's the greatest existential. He loves that word because it's a
What an epic dumb shit.
big word, and he thinks, he thinks, and he doesn't even know what the hell the word means.
You don't know what it means. You don't know what existential means, you idiot.
He goes, it's the greatest existential threat to our country, global warming.
Let's listen to this junkie.
It melted the granite. If you look at that and multiply it times 500, that's what
Look at this mouth breather.
talking about. When I listen to people talking about global warming, that the ocean will rise in the next 300 years by 1/8 of an inch.
How stupid can you be? I mean, seriously, if this guy, think about it, if this guy walked into a McDonald's and started spouting this gibberish, he would have an escort out by the police.
We're talking about this is our problem. Our big problem is nuclear warming. Nobody even talks about it.
Because you're a moron.
Environmentalists talking about all this nonsense in many cases. Look,
What a meandering dumb shit.
I'm an environmentalist also, I guess, in my own way.
You're an idiot is what you are. Mr. Nonsense with medical advice. Continue.
The body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
Quite possibly. No. Hands down. The dumbest shit ever uttered from that podium. The dumbest.
And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, we can...
He's actually serious about this. Who told him this?
Do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. So,
What's that too, man? What the hell?
interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out.
She's horrified.
And is there a way we can do something like that?
No!
By injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number of lungs. So
and people pulled the lever for this sack of shit.
Interesting to check that, so that you're gonna have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
so we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it goes in 1 minute, that's
Let me get this straight. We inject disinfectant and we put our head under a heat lamp and the COVID goes. Continue.
My predecessor and the MAGA Republicans in Congress are trying to undo all this progress. They still deny climate change even exists.
Because they're idiots and they're in bed with the fossil fuel industry. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. They go outside, they get skin cancer, they don't give a shit as long as they get paid from these dirty, filthy pigs in the fossil industry.
Deny climate change even exists. They must be living in a hole somewhere at the expense of health and safety of their own constituents. They deny it
Because they don't give a shit about anybody but themselves.
exists. Every single congressional Republican voted against the investments which created these jobs in Quebec.
Because they're bought and paid for. Of course.
Climate change. Many of them are trying to repeal those climate provisions and kill those jobs.
Yep. It's not going to happen.
I quite frankly think it's not only outrageous, it's really stupid.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. 100%.
Everyone who willfully denies the impacts of climate change is condemning the American people to a dangerous future, and either is really, really dumb or has some other motive of that. How could...
Now, ask yourself, do you think that idiot, right, could actually pull this off? Could just give the speech that he just did? And this is a statesman. Continue.
Extreme weather events drive home the point that I've been saying for so long. Ignoring climate change is deadly and dangerous and irresponsible. These climate-fueled extreme weather events don't just affect people's lives, they also cost money, they hurt the economy.
Of course they do. But God forbid you should present that other moron with what resembles a complex problem.
And they have a significant negative psychological effect on people.
Here's another one.